What is up, everyone? It is Metro Game 75. Here today we're playing Sakura Bunny Girls. Yes, this is a brand new game that came out yesterday on the 24th, and today I'm recording this on the 25th. And now, I'm just so glad they made a new game, but thanks to my friend for getting me this stuff. But anyways, let's get right into this. I have a feeling if this series does pretty well, it might become the next Sakura Succubus, you know. Oh, it's a hotel room. Not bad. I glanced left and right as I entered the skyscraper's security room, an army of cameras and guards armed to the teeth protecting its confidential contents. Nobody knows for sure what's inside and why it's so important for Ishigaki Incorporated, but we're not being paid to ask questions. We're being paid to ensure that nobody lays their hands on it, no matter the cost. Good evening, Yuri. I hope you're not daunted by our security measures. I admit it's quite a display for just one small briefcase. Not at all, sir. I've worked with a bigger squad to protect even smaller targets. Size doesn't matter when it comes to value. That's true, and the very reason we picked you for this job. Mr. Himura, the employee that hired me not so long ago, guides me to the center of the room, where the briefcase is located. Taking into account it'd take an entire platoon to break into the building to steal it, I assume it must contain something relatively priceless. Well then, Yuri, I doubt that someone as proficient as you need to be reminded of their duties, but I'll do it just in case. A merry formality, though there's too much on the line to leave any loose ends. I understand, sir, and I appreciate the refresher. That'll help me stay focused and fulfill my job. Very good. This company needs more diligent employees like you. Mr. Himura smiles at me as he taps the target. Its regular appearance not distinguish it from an ordinary leather briefcase. Protecting this briefcase will be your mission, Yuri. We need to transport it to our laboratories, which are located at the other end of the city. You have a team of armed guards and an armored van at your disposal. The contents are secret, and they should remain so. Nobody should ever open the briefcase, not even you, Yuri. That's why, despite its common looks, this briefcase is practically a portable safe. The company and I trust you to quickly deliver it to the lab without any complications. Is everything clear? Yes, sir, you can count on me. Nothing will get in my way, and if it does, I'll regret it. Pleased with my comment, Mr. Himura hands me the briefcase, directing his step towards the exit. Although he's about to leave, he stops, turning around to gaze at me once more. Remain in contact with the briefcase at all times, Yuri. Never break eye contact with it, and protect it with your life if you must. We gave you a gun for a reason. Check if it's properly loaded, and don't be afraid to use it. Understood, sir. Excellent. Report to me upon successful delivery. And with that last remark, Mr. Himura heads towards the elevators, disappearing shortly after behind their metallic doors. A band of armed guards, an armored van, and a loaded gun. This briefcase is definitely more valuable than money, which means I'll have to take extra precautions. Who knows who could be after this something like this? You're in charge of the mission now, sir. Orders: prepare everything for the delivery of the briefcase. We need to get it out of here as soon as possible. And you heard Mr. Himura. If someone tries anything funny, use the necessary force to neutralize them. We're not taking any chances. On it, sir. One of the guards nods before he instructs the others to get the van ready for pickup, the squad moving up and down as they carry all my orders. In the meantime, I'll seize the opportunity to visit the bathroom. When the mission begins, there will be no time for these things. So it's now or never, and the latter won't be agreeable in the slightest. Sound like some part of a secret agent. With my business in the bathroom done, I proceed to wash my hands and freshen up. My gaze always locked on the briefcase. It's laying by my side in contact with my feet so that I can control it further. I've been away for a few minutes, enough time for my team to have taken care of the preparations. Eager to depart from the building in the armored van and complete the mission smoothly, I exit the bathroom, aiming for a security room where I expect to find the team raring to go. Alright, people, let's get this mission rolling. When I set eyes on the scene, Words fail me as I instantly pull out my gun from the holster. The security guards are defeated. All of them are unconsciously and lying down on the ground. I didn't hear any kind of struggle while I was in the bathroom, though. Whoever's done this must be a professional. Either that, or it's someone from the inside. You can't simply walk into this kind of building stealthily. Unsure about who I'll have to face, I investigate the area, looking for any clues, eventually discovering a broken window. That's impossible. The security room is on the 25th floor. Who could have done such a thing? Satomi reporting. No, I haven't found it yet, but I'll do it shortly. The one responsible for protecting the briefcase hasn't left the building. He must still be around here somewhere. A foreign yet feminine voice coming down the corridor alerts me, prompting me to aim my gun in that direction. The culprit is here, and looking for me too. I can't let her get away with the briefcase. I must pin her down as hard as I can. So with this goal in mind, I rush towards the source of the voice, aiming down the sight of my gun. Hey you, get your hands where I can see the... What the... Bro. Thinking that I discovered some sort of industrial spy, I turn around the corner to encounter a girl in a bunny suit and attire unusual enough to stun me. Oh, so you found me instead. How ironic. Anyway, be a good boy and hand me the briefcase. There's no need for you to get hurt and join your team on the floor. You're not in the position to demand things, Intruder. I won't hesitate to pull the trigger. Do it. Pull the trigger if you have the nerve, of course. The mysterious Intruder bends forward, taunting me to take her down. This is your last warning. Raise your hands, drop to your knees, and surrender. I don't think I will. So why don't you shoot me? You asked for it. Leave me no choice. I end up pulling the trigger, trying to neutralize the enemy. But to my utmost bafflement, she stops the bullet mid-air with her fingers, tossing it away as if it was a used napkin. Oh my god, how the hell did she do that? Your turn is over now. Your turn is over. Now it's my time. Now it's time for me. Intimidated by her display of uncanny force and agility, I pull the trigger again, rather uselessly since the girl's capable of dodging my shots every single time. She gets closer and closer to me until she punches me in the chest, with enough force to steal my breath away. Not even a professional boxer would be able to hit this hard. Is she even human? So much trouble for this pitiful briefcase. Was it really worth the pain? Anyway, orders are orders. You just got in the way. The intruder answered me with the cold voice, studying the target of her wicked mission with her eyes. As expected, this is not a regular briefcase. Your company protected it adequately. Open it for me, and it'll be gone. You've made things complicated enough already. It sucks to be you because I can. As I'm about to tell her that, I don't have any way to open it. An idea crossed my mind, forcing me to close my mouth and nod. Alright, I'll open it for you. Good boy. All I care about right now are the contents of the briefcase. Fine then, hand it to me and I'll unlock it. It needs my fingerprint as well as a safety code. The intruder grimaces, suspicious about my actual intentions, but luckily for me, the falls for my trick. Here you go, and don't do anything stupid. I'm going easy on you, but that can change quickly. I know I only want to get this over with. Pretending to have surrendered, I sweep my finger across the briefcase lock, a fake action that does absolutely nothing. Are you done? I didn't hear anything. Yeah, I'm done. The briefcase is now secure. Taking advantage of the situation, I shoved the briefcase into the intruder's face, causing her to withdraw in pain. Since she's dazed, I proceed to press the alarm button and bolted down the emergency stairs, the siren blaring as the building begins to go into lockdown. You little... Enraged for having been tricked, the intruder begins to pound on the now locked door, thirsty for revenge. Taking into account her unnatural powers, it won't be long before she brings down the door, which means I've got to escape from the building and make her lose track. She won't stop any time to retrieve the briefcase now. That shove has made it personal for her. Sliding down the stairs, railing to save time, I reached the bottom floor rather quickly. This is where the parking is located and where my ticket to get out of here awaits. Thanks to my intervention, the whole place is locked down, though the intruder doesn't seem to be daunted in the slightest given the fighting sound that keep drawing closer to me. She's brawling with the security team, making them drop like flies with her impossible powers. The image of her stopping my bullet with her bare hand still lingers inside my head. But impossible or not, I've been tasked to deliver this briefcase to the laboratories, and this is a mission I'm going to complete, regardless of her being my adversary. Hard to fulfill my duty, I race across the parking lot looking for the vehicle that was supposed to carry the briefcase. Fortunately for me, since the company assigned this operation to an armored van, I've managed to find it pretty quickly. You better not be locked. I muttered that to myself as I pulled the handle, discovering to my ease that the driver left the door unlocked. Everything was ready before that trespasser attacked us. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Although, as I tossed the briefcase next to the driver's seat, I discovered that the driver didn't leave the keys inside, rendering the van useless. You've got to be kidding me. You left the door open, you could have left the keys as well. I cursed the driver as I wondered what to do next, the commotion inching closer and closer to the parking lot. There's no way I'll be able to escape on foot, so I have no choice but to hotwire the van. Feeling the pressure of the intruder relentlessly heading towards me, I violently removed the plastic covering on the steering column. This model is quite old, so I don't have to worry about any locking mechanisms. A drop of luck in a sea of misfortune. Rather thankful for it to be the case, I focused on the roll of an electrical wires that lay before me, pulling aside the battery, ignition, and starter wire bundle the moment I identified it. Come on, come on! I repeat the same words like a mantra as I strip the insulation from the battery wires and twist them together, carefully enough to not get electrocuted. Yes, you're now mine, man. Delighted to see how the electrical components spring to life. Thanks to my devious technique, I proceeded to spark the starter wire by touching the end of it to the connected battery wires. And then I revved the engine allowing me to detach the starter wire and continue on my way. Almost there, I only need to take care of you, steering wheel. Don't resist and we'll be done soon. I threatened the wheel before I started turning it with all my strength, breaking the steering lock and thus allowing me to turn it normally. Hold it right there. Oh shoot! That briefcase is mine, so if you give up now, I won't hurt you much. The trespasser glares at me from a distance. The security door deformed on the ground due to the forceful kick she gave it. She's finally found me. I must exit the building at once. Unwilling to obey her orders, I floored the pedal, prompting the bypass engine to roar and the van to start moving. Huh? Have it the hard way then. Displeased by my choice, the intruder begins to run after me, matching the speed of the vehicle in an instant. Holy shit, is there anything she can't do? Why are you making things so difficult? Follow the example of your team and let me knock you out. It'll be easier for both of us that way. Sorry, but I've got a mission to complete, and nobody's going to make me fail, not even you. I yell at the girl as I drive into the security gate, smashing it rather effortlessly, thanks to the weight of the armored van. That was quite destructive for me, but I can't allow anything to get in my way. Damn, she's like some kind of a robot, bro. Surpassing the city's speed limits by several miles per hour, I drive away from the skyscraper, dodging the traffic as I enter the freeway. Are you done? Tell me that you're done. You've caused so much trouble already. I asked that question to myself as I gaze at the rear view mirror. Nobody in sight apart from the cars that I'm overtaking. Thank God she decided to quit chasing me. I guess that even if she was that inhumanly quick, she was no match for an actual cop. But to my dismay, right as I consider that I've left the menace behind, I feel something heavy plummeting on top of the van, almost making me lose control of the vehicle. So you're proving to be such a big annoyance. Your company must have paid you handsomely for you to be this stubborn. I can hear the trespasser complain as she advances towards the front part of the van, her steps echoing on the metal steadily. I'm not doing it for the money, Invader. I'm doing it because it's my job. I only care about flawless carrying out what I was hired for. Disinclined for her to set foot where I am, I begin to swerve the steering wheel, forcing the cabin to change its direction abruptly. I keep doing it for a while until I stop hearing steps. Damn. I think I shook her off the van. Oh, she's at the front. She grabbed the wheel. What? No way. Before I'm able to sigh with relief, the trespasser lands on the hood, collapsing the steering wheel aggressively through the windshield with her hands. Firstly, it's too arrogant of you to claim that you're carrying out the mission flawlessly. You've run into several issues, to say the least. And secondly, you should stop calling me an intruder. My name is Satomi, and I appreciate it if you show your opponent some respect. I stare at Satomi as I attempt to reach the briefcase with my left hand. This reaction triggered her to twist the wheel and change the course of the van so that it drives into a wall. Oh shit! But as the wall gets closer to me at a dangerous rate, my instinct prompts me to pull the handbrake, cause the vehicle to lose balance and ultimately topple. That forces Satomi to withdraw with an energetic jump as the car begins to slide sideways on the asphalt. This has certainly been messy, but it beats crashing into a concrete wall, you know? Better than doing that. I must confess, I'm impressed you're this helplessly obstinate. You're giving your all to fight me off despite being aware that you're destined to lose. I shake your hand if I didn't have a job to do. Tomi accompanies her tongue with chuckles as she starts walking towards the crash site. Her gaze lock on me as I shatter the rest of the windshield, with my feet being able to get out of the van. I have a job to do, Satomi. And as I told you, I take it very seriously. That's both praiseworthy and very inconvenient. But since I respect that resolution, I'm willing to make you a deal. Drop the briefcase to the ground, turn around, and I promise I won't lay my hands on you. That accident was bruised you enough already, don't you think? I refuse to hear that lousy deal. I snort as I take out my gun, loading a new magazine before I aim it at Satomi. I can't accept that offer, Satomi. Ah, what a pity. You have a cute face, and I was looking forward to not making it any bloodier. Satomi cracks her wick comments before she rushes at me, her fists raised high in the air with obvious intention of sinking them into my face. Although as I'm preparing to pull the trigger and empty my gun, a still-houted lands next to Satomi, causing her to topple in her tracks to parry their attacks. That rhymes. Imagine saying that 10 times. Oh, it's the other one, my favorite, this other bunny girl. Why is it always you whenever there's trouble around, Satomi? You could cut this city some slack and go on vacation. I go wherever I need it, Rico. Don't fool yourself into thinking that I stay because I like it here. I thought as much. I was only suggesting you ask your employer for some free time. Trust me, when I say everyone would love that the girl called Rico teases Satomi as she spars with her. Satomi is capable of warding off her strikes easily despite her wearing a bunny suit as well. Is she not like Satomi? Rico seems to be somewhat weaker, though she isn't afraid to confront Satomi. You see, we're in the middle of some unfinished business. Leave now and I won't beat you up, Rico. Do you want me to leave so early? But we're just getting started. You haven't even let my friends join the party. Friends? What are you talking about? When I heard all that ruckus, I knew that you were behind it. So I thought that it'd be nice if the police could come and have some fun with you. They'll be here any second now. Isn't that great? Upon hearing Rico's playful message, Satomi hops back with a scowling grimace on her face. Not like the fact that we won't be alone for much longer. Is it a problem with giving her incredible powers? She'd be able to get rid of the police in a couple of minutes, if not less. You win this time, Rico. But don't expect this to happen again. I won't. And with this last provocative tease, Rico bids Satomi goodbye. She blends with the darkness of the night, the new girl setting eyes on me when Satomi is nowhere to be seen. Phew, that was a close one. Satomi's a tough cookie. Or meat, bitch, it depends on who you ask. But whatever she is, we should make a run for it before the police arrive. But I doubt we'll be able to explain to them what happened. Freeze! Even if Rico's proved to be an ally, I leave my gun to point the barrel at her chest. The moment she takes a step closer to me, brought her to narrow her eyes with a combination of nervousness and confusion. Whoa, easy there, easy. I don't want to harm you. I don't even know what the fuss was about. Was it Satomi? Are you not after the briefcase then? Nope, I don't even care about it. I just came here to help you. So why don't you lower that gun before someone gets hurt? Curiously, Rico visually expression reflects her fear, something that triggers me to do what she said. Unlike Satomi, I don't think she's a threat to my mission. Much better. Being held at gunpoint isn't especially agreeable. And now that nobody's gonna get shot, how about you follow me to my place? The sirens are getting closer. We shouldn't be around when they arrive. Why? They'll take me somewhere safe away from this madness. They'll help me deliver the briefcase. Are you sure? You caused a lot of damage with that van. And knowing what the police, as I do, they'll confiscate the briefcase as evidence. I gasp with realization when Rico explains the situation to me. Her line of reasoning feasible enough to me for me to consider my chances. See, that's something you want to avoid. You've done the impossible to push Satomi back, so it'd be a shame if you fell because of this. You're right, Sally. The police would get in the way and put my mission at risk. So just this once, I'll go for you, Rico. Don't think I'll bring my guard down, though. Protecting the briefcase is my sole objective. Okay, you corporate people are nuts. Rico winks at me before she takes my hand, pulling me into the dark alley as the sirens continue to close in. She appears to be rather friendly and interested in the briefcase, but is she someone I can trust? I guess I will trust her. I don't know, but it's too good to be true when she's a bunny girl, you know? For now. Rico doesn't stop tugging my hand until we reach her place, an inconspicuous apartment located next to the heart of the city. Not too bad. Nobody will be able to tell that such a powerful girl lives here. That is rather inconvenient since the racket of siren buzzing down the street is almost constant. What a close call, huh? The police must be swarming the van like an army of ants right now. Yeah, we got out just in time. And speaking of calls, I should have informed the headquarters of what happened now that I can finally catch a breather. Alright then, I'll give you some space while you make that call. Not to mention, I gotta get changed as well. The skin-tight suit is less comfortable than it looks. Rico winks at me playfully before she leaves the room, allowing me to contact my superior somewhat privately. She's still around, which means she can hear what I say. I must be careful to not disclose too much information. Yuri, is that you? We've been trying to contact you since the alarm went off at the office. Is the briefcase secure? We haven't received any reports from the laboratories, and the management was fearing the worst. Your briefcase is still secure, sir. I have it with me. The intruder was unable to seize it. Excellent performance, but do you mind explaining what happened? Most personnel in the office are hurt. Did an assault team break in? Not quite. I twist my lips as I ponder to how. I should explain to Mr. Hamura that a girl in a bunny suit stormed the office and single-handedly took out the whole security team. He'll never believe such a story, so I should adapt to it. So he won't think I've gone crazy. Yes, it was a singular intruder, sir. An elite soldier of some sort of since her abilities were unrivaled. She caught everyone off guard and neutralized them. I managed to press the alarm button and escape with the armor fan. She intercepted with and made it be crashed though. The police are investigating the area. It won't be long before they start asking questions to be accompanied. The line goes silent when I finish narrating tonight's event. Mr. Murr surely taking some seconds to fully digest what I said. This version of the actual incident is still hard to believe. I see. You did well escaping from the office and securing the briefcase, Yuri. I'll contact the police shortly to avoid any misunderstandings. You're a victim after all. Very well, sir. Shall I resume my mission or wait until the situation calms down? Delivering the briefcase is important, though there's no need to rush. There is no deadline or time limit. I'll relay your explanation to management and let them decide the next steps. For now, stay put and continue to protect the briefcase until further notice. Understood, sir. I nod as I end the call, ready and willing to follow my new orders. This should be simple now that I'm laying low in Rico's apartment. Hey there, are you done? I don't want to interrupt some super secret talk or something. Yes, I'm done. You can enter the room. And thanks for waiting. No problem. Secrets should remain secret, am I right? Rico returns to me while asking a teasing question. Her clothes so regular that it's almost stunning not seeing her with the bunny outfit on. What's with that face? Did you not expect to lay your eyes on a normal girl? Oh, sorry for staring, Rico. It's been almost unusual day. But she's just like Hazel. No wonder Satomi always cause quite an impression, does she? I bet that she charged her way inside the building, beating up everyone that dared to be in her way. Pretty much, yeah. I'm the only one who was able to get away from her almost unscathed. You should consider yourself lucky. Most of it, not all, end up under her heels. She's ruthless when it comes to working, and sadly, you had a taste of that day. Rico giggles as she sits down in front of me, her vibrant gaze glued to my expression. Anyway, may I know your name? Or is it something classified like Agent 42? We've been chatting for a while now, and I have no clue who you are. My name is Yuri, and no, it's not classified. Ah, and here I was hoping for a spy-like name, but Yuri is a cute name, I like it. Thank you, I guess it's a name like any other. If you say so. Rico sticks out her tongue jokingly, holding her merry expression as she banters with me. She's practically treating me as a friend already. I should perhaps take advantage of that. Out of all three of these, I'm not sure which one, but I have a feeling we should go with, I guess we get to know her, I guess. But we need to know about Satomi though, like she was just, the mission. We can't just trust some random girl out of nowhere, but let's go ask. You seem to know Satomi pretty well, Rico. What can you tell me about her? I'd like to know more about who's trying to hunt me down. We're definitely not close or anything, if that's what you're thinking. We've just, well, come across each other in the past. All I can say is that she works for some big company that she runs errands for them. If there's some dirty work that needs to be done, they send her to take care of it, and she usually does it in record time. Whew, I got lucky anyways. At least. You're taking into account of her powers, I must have gotten lucky. She's been on my tail since the beginning. Oh well, you managed to outmatch her after all, Yuri. As you can see, not everything depends on being super strong and super nimble. I'm not feeling to show that I agree with her, though her powers tip the balance in her favor. If I hadn't been for Rico's help, I doubt I still have the briefcase with me. Let's ask about herself. Can I ask you about yourself, Rico, or are the details about your life confidential? I understand if you didn't want to tell me anything taking into account you're like Satomi. I'm like and unlike Satomi at the same time. She's a corporate pawn, whereas I go my own way. I don't like having bosses or being told what to do. Well, nobody does, but you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So you're like a freelancer? Yeah, kind of, yeah. I work for myself without relying on others. You know what they say, if you want something done right, do it yourself. And this applies to making a living as well. And she ain't wrong about this one. I smiled at Rico briefly, not quite sure of what activities she takes part in. She isn't related to Satomi, so that's good news. So that's about the bunny powers. Are your powers similar to Satomi's? You're struggling to keep up with her. This is a complicated topic, Yuri. But long story short is that our powers aren't the same. Satomi's incredibly strong and agile, whereas I can do other stuff. I'll show you my powers when the time comes, but for now, I'm going to keep them secret. It spoiled the surprise otherwise. What, are you weaker? Since you don't have the same powers, does that mean that you're weaker than Satomi? In terms of raw strength and speed, yes, but I excel in other attacks. Being cunning is as valuable as being a brute. Rico puffs her cheeks slightly, somewhat annoyed by my question. She has a point though. Outsmarting your rivals is a valid way of winning. Can I ask you something now, Yuri? I'd like to hear more from the man who defeated Satomi. As long as it's nothing too sensitive, sure, ask away. To be honest, I was wondering about your job. Are you like a merc or something? That explains a ton of things. I'm currently working for a security company, the best in the city. Though I admit, I received special training back when I was a bodyguard. Bodyguard? Wow. That sounds pretty cool. How come you're a security guard now? Being a bodyguard wasn't my thing. Too dull and repetitive. I prefer a more active job with more action. That's why I signed up to work for this company, and I'm not disappointed. It's been an extremely active first day. Upon hearing my last remarks, Rico dissolves into laughter, almost on the verge of splitting her sides. Oh jeez, was it really your first day? Working for this company, yeah. My goodness, you totally earned your monthly paycheck in a single day. Your employer must be proud of you. Like, who wouldn't be? You did the impossible to complete your mission even if Satomi was onto you. Well done. Rico taps my shoulder with a wide grin, proud of me for not having succumbed to Satomi. I agree, it's quite an achievement. Anyway, it's pretty late, and after all that fighting and running, you must be exhausted. You can spend the night at my place if you want, though you're free to leave as well. I'm not going to hold you back. I was ordered to stay put, so I appreciate it if I could spend the night here, yes. In that case, it's settled. I'll fetch a futon so that you can sleep in the living room. Hang tight. And with that cheerful message, Rico heads out of the room, helping me once more. Oh, she's not bad, though. She's being so kind to me. If I had the chance one day, I should return the favor. She deserves it. She's actually my favorite right now at the moment. If the sun ray flooding the room weren't enough to wake me up, the loud banging on Rico's entrance door does the trick, prompting me to spring to my feet and grab the briefcase. Who's so bent on entering her apartment so early in the morning? They're making quite a racket. What the hell's going on out there? I was sleeping so peacefully, sheesh. I have no clue on who these people are, Rico. Chances are they work for Satomi and are after the briefcase. For Satomi? Nah, I don't think so. She never sends grooms to take care of her job, nor does the company she works for. These guys have to work for someone else. The pounding doesn't cease as we wonder who's on the other side of the door. This question making me turn on my phone to check something. Could it be? Management decided to not take any chance with the delivery and sent out a team to pick it up. The briefcase has localization chips, so I sent your coordinates to them. They'll be with you shortly. Regards, Mr. Himura. I read the text message that my employer sent several minutes ago out loud, making Rico burst into laughter in the process. So these annoying guys Work for your company? What a story, huh? Well, it makes sense now that they're aware that someone is after the briefcase. It'd be unwise to let me continue alone. These people are my reinforcements. Very loud reinforcements, if you ask me. So open the door, do what you must. The noise is getting inside my head, and I don't want to rest some more. And I want to rest some more. Alright then, time to swing the door open and finish the job. Are you with the team Mr. Hiroda sent to pick up the briefcase? Correctly. Is the target ready to be transported? Affirmative. I have it right here so we can leave whenever you're ready. In that case, let's leave right now. The extraction vehicles wait for us outside. I now before I exit Rico's apartment, directing the steps towards the stairs. However, to my surprise, the security team doesn't go down but up, meaning that the extraction vehicle isn't another armored van, but something airborne, probably the helicopter. That's quite a good call, taking into account what happened to the previous van. Security team in place. The package is in our hands. Proceed the evacuation. I repeat, proceed for evacuation. Roger that. Descending. Management has gone all out to retrieve the briefcase. The extraction vehicle will arrive at the building any minute now. Yuri, you can hand us the briefcase and leave. I'd rather not. Too many incidents have happened. I want to see the whole mission through. That's okay. Mr. Murrow warned us that it'd be the case. However, you won't be able to deliver the briefcase to the laboratories yourself. That's a direct order. And Mr. Murrow will contact you after you evacuate the building with the package. Just like how that sounds, I can't help but puff silently. My gaze gravitation towards a distant black dot that begins to grow bigger. I assume the extraction vehicle is a helicopter, though it manages to surpass my expectations the moment it starts hovering next to the building's rooftop. The helicopter is military grade, armed with devastating rockets that would tear a tank into shreds. Ironically enough, these weapons would probably feel like a mosquito's bite to Satomi. Our ride is here, people. Get in. And Yuri, it's time for you to give my team the briefcase and fulfill your duty. You've done us a magnificent job protecting it. Thank you. Keep up the good work and deliver it. Will do. We exchange our remarks despite deafening the clamor of the helicopter's engine, roaring like a mechanical line as it starts flying away from the building. Mission accomplished. Properly. I must stand by until Mr. Kumar calls me for further guidance. And thankfully the waste is short-lived, my phone ringing as soon as the helicopter blends with the horizon. The security team just notified me that the pickup was a success. They're on their way to the laboratories and should be there within a few minutes. It's early to say it since the briefcase isn't there yet, but we can deem the mission as over. Your involvement, at least, is Yuri. And it'll be for a few days. Sir? Don't take me wrong. Management and I are extremely pleased with your performance. To reward your efforts, they've granted you a few days of paid leave. Keep an eye on your phone, though. If any urgent matter arises, I'll contact you and you'll have to go back to work. Understood, sir. I'll be available anytime. Good. Enjoy your days off. You earned them. My employer ends the call on a positive note, giving them some free time that I'm unsure how I'm supposed to spend. Since I've moved to the city recently, I haven't had a chance to explore much, so this is spare time will allow me to get to know it better. I can also use some of these days off Rico, though that be an abuse of her hospitality. Reluctant to disturb her any further, I opt to exit the building and hit the street. My destination unknown as I begin to walk aimlessly. Alright everyone, that's the end of this first episode of Sakura Bunny Girls, and one hell of a story that I had to go through. And this guy, Yuri, himself. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.